Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are with the AARN All-American Racing Network here this morning at the Tricky Triangle, Pocono Raceway. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a lot of fun here today. Right now, we're going to bring up, where is my, there we go, that's what we're looking for, All-American Racing Network. So, we are going to have a lot of fun here today. These drivers in the Cup Series are going to try to figure out how to make it around 3 turns on this triangle. Instead of going around the usual 4 that they're used to, we're going to change it up just a little bit for them today. All right, so we are brought to you today by Bully Dog Coffee Company. Don't forget, you can get 10% off your Bully Dog coffee. Use the code FAST10, bullydogcoffeecompany.com. All right, so we are also brought to you today by Boosted Safe. Of course, I don't have my Boosted Safe, but we do have it down in the lower bottom corner. Boosted Safe is really a good deal. We'll bring up some more information on that in just a moment. But right now, we're going to take a quick look. During practice, these guys were out there practicing. Howard Peoples was super fast, 53.616. Zachary King, a second quick, 53.691. Chris Winstone, 53.7. So they are the 3 quickest cars on the track during practice, not during qualifying. That's what they're doing right now. The guys are just out there doing their qualifying runs now, going to see if they can get some speed down, see if they can get to the top of the leaderboard and start out in the front of this pack. But right now, we're just going to let these guys go and do this. We're going to see if I can bring up that Boosted Safe. I'm going to do a little bit of work behind the scenes. I will be right back with more information for you. Stand by and we'll get this thing underway directly. All right, guys, here we go. We got the Boosted Safe information right there now. The world's first car safe that securely latches directly into the back seat of every vehicle. Enjoy 20% off with the discount code iRacing20. You will also see the information flash down on the lower right-hand side of your screen all race long. You'll be able to take a look at that. But again, Boosted Safe, the world's first car safe that securely latches directly into the back seat of every vehicle. It looks like an armrest. It has a fancy cover over top of it there, and it looks really good. I'll tell you what, 20% off when you use the discount code iRacing20. All right, so the guys are still out there practicing. We're still watching to see what they're going to do here, but let's take a look here and see if I can get a good stack. There we go. Howard Peoples out there. He's going to try to see if he can get something done. Zachary King, he just pulled into the pits. Chad Fox, he's out there. Douglas Gallus, he's just pulling out onto the track. He's going to see if he can get something happening. Let's see if we can see Coulter Clark, he was out there. Cameron Combs, he's out there as well. So a lot of these guys are out here right now. Cameron Combs, though, he is the fastest car on the track. We're going to have to take a look and keep an eye on this number 15 car. So far, he is the fast car to watch for on the track. Just trying to, there we go, get a better picture of him. A Whiplash SimCams, I'll tell you what, Whiplash SimCams gives us some wicked camera angles. More camera angles than I'm ever going to use. So you might have to bear with me here a little bit there as I try to figure out all my different camera angles, because Whiplash SimCams definitely brings me all kinds of great angles. That, and they also have Pit Stop TV. Let's see which one of our cars out here. One of these guys, I know at least one, if not a couple. There's one right there. Pit Stop TV. They're the makers of Whiplash SimCams. But he also has a broadcasting, and they usually do the Sunday morning broadcasts. When he's not available the odd Sunday morning, that's when I jump in here and take over the Cup Series for him. But I'll tell you what, Pit Stop TV, he does an awesome, awesome job. So if you want to watch a broadcast or race, Pit Stop TV, check it out. And again, he also provides me with the Whiplash Sim Cams, which I am greatly appreciative of. All right, so we're going to go back out, take a look at a few of these other cars there, see who's out there. 51, Zachary King, Douglas Gallus, he's out there in that machine. Bully Dog Coffee car. Lead dogs have the best view. Yes, they do when they're out in front. Absolutely good-looking Bully Dog Coffee car right there. And then we have Howard Peoples. He's out there driving the Haviland car here tonight. Casey Gross, he's out there, Quantum Motorsports in the 77. Jordan White, he's always running, there's the Whiplash SimCam car. He's also doing the Pit Stop TV advertisement on that car as well, but that's primarily the Whiplash SimCam car that he is running today. So, all right, these guys are out here going to try to see if they can get their qualifying done. We're still waiting for them to finish up. We'll be right back. I'm still got a couple things to do behind the scenes. We'll get this nailed down. You guys enjoyed their practice run, and we will be right back with the start of this thing. All right, folks, as we were saying before, we're just waiting for this to get over with their qualifying laps. It looks like Coulter Clark has jumped up into the lead as far as qualifying goes. We're just going to have to wait and see how this plays all out. But, however, we are at Pocono, the Tricky Triangle here today. The All-American Racing Network Cup Series will be racing. We're going to do 80 laps today. Now, we have no stage breaks. We have no fast repairs. We have 4 sets of tires in the pits for the guys. We have 1 set on the car, 4 in the pits, so that way they can swap out their tires 4 times as need be. Now, your laps will be somewhere between 27 to 30 laps in that range as far as running out of fuel. That's as much fuel as they can get into the tanks here at this track. So we should expect to see the cars coming in, not including any cautions due to an accident. But if they are green flag racing, they should be able to be out on the tracks between 27 to 30 laps. So that will be the time frame of seeing all these guys coming into the pit lane. Now, we're just waiting for them to get the qualifying done. Here we go. They're going to start gridding up here now. We're going to take a look. Coulter Clark. There we go. We're going to see if I can get a little bit better camera angle on that. There we go. All right, so we're going to go through the starting grid here now. Let's take a look. Here we go. On pit lane, on the grid, we have Coulter Clark. Then we have Jordan White. He's second quick. Row 2, Cameron Combs, Zachary King. Row 3, we have Sean Hughes and Chris Romano. Then row 4, we have Douglas Gallus and Chris Winstone. Then row 5, we have Mike Alley and Thaddeus Friel. Then we have on row 6, we have Casey Gross and Gregory Vinasse. Then on row 7, we have Michael Ravello and Elijah Mopin. Then on row 8, we have Mark Bender, Corey Powell. Then on row 9, we have Justin Young and Chad Fox. And then in row 10, Howard Peoples and John Shields. So that's what we have on the starting grid here today. We're just waiting for a couple of these cars to come out. It looks like Douglas Scalise, Casey Gross, Justin Young, and John Shields, they all still need the grid up. So we're just waiting for these guys to get on the track, get this thing happening. We should be ready to rock and roll this thing. Now, just so that way you know, down in the lower left-hand corner, we always have whatever car that I happen to be looking at, that will be down in the lower left-hand corner. In the upper right-hand corner of your screen, you will see the track map. That way you'll be able to find out where your favorite driver is at any given time. Also, across the top of the screen, you will see our ticker. That will tell you where your driver is in the standings. All right, so that pretty much covers everything. The lower right-hand corner, of course, is our sponsors. So don't forget our sponsors, folks. Bully Dog Coffee and Boosted Safe for the AARN All-American Racing Network. All right, so we got these guys. They're going to go around. We're going to get this thing rocking and rolling here directly. Just going into turn 1, coming down the back straightaway. Just kind of taking a look there. I was playing with my camera angles here a little bit earlier. I'm not quite happy with everything that I have, but they're not too terribly bad here now. This is going down the long straightaway between turns 1 and 2. Now you're heading into turn 2. It's a tight turn here. You guys all look pretty good going into it, but I'll tell you what, it can be a little tricky. Then coming off of turn 2, you have another longer straightaway. Not as long as turns 1 to 2, but between 2 and 3, it's a little bit shorter straightaway. But it's a pretty good straightaway. You can pick up a little bit of speed down here. We're going into turn 3. Guys all look pretty good. It's a long sweeping turn. It can be a little tricky coming around this turn 3, actually, onto the front straightaway. And when you get onto the front straightaway, there we go. Then you get a good look from the flag stand because pace car is off. We're going racing. Here we go. Barney's waving the flag. We're gone. We're racing right now. Here we go. Jordan White is going to jump out in front of Coulter Clark on the outside. Tell you what, he's going to try to get something happening. He has the 37 of Chris Winstone behind him. He backs off a little bit there now. I'll tell you, right now, Coulter Clark is really going to try to see if he can get up there, but he drops in behind. Whoa, we have a wreck in the back. They're wrecking in the back already. Thaddeus Friel has crashed. There's no caution as of yet. We're going to go jump back, take a quick look, and see what happened to Thaddeus. He was back here in the 98. He just got clipped in the back corner panel. Tried to hang on to it. Couldn't quite do it. Looks like he got hooked up with... let's see. Douglas Scalise. But, okay, so there was no caution. So Jordan White and Coulter Clark, they're still fighting for the lead. I'm surprised there was no caution on that, folks. All right, so we're still out here racing. Casey Gross has come into the pits. He's got to come into the pits. Thaddeus Friel is back a little ways now. He's trying to catch up to the rest of the pack. Casey Gross has gone into the pits, but meanwhile, Coulter Clark has jumped out in front of Jordan White. He's going to see if he can get a little bit of a run and get away from the pack of cars if he can. He looks like he's trying to pull away a little bit, going out of turn 2, heading down towards turn 3. But, wow. A little bit of excitement right off the get-go. We're just going to try to take a look and see if I can get a little bit better angles. I'm just still trying to figure out, every time I come to a different track, my angles are a little bit different on the cameras. So I just need to see which one is the best one to look at. But I'll tell you, Whiplash SimCams gives me some awesome camera angles. All right, so coming around turn 1, all the way down the straightaway. It's a fairly long straightaway going into turn 2. Coulter Clark's got a big jump out front. Going around that long sweeping turn into the backstretch, you might call it. It's hard to say. You don't really have a backstretch when you have a triangle racetrack, because which one would be the backstretch? All right. Ideal Racing 31 says, Happy Father's Day, Art. Well, thank you very much, sir. Same to you. I'll tell you what, it is Father's Day today. So all the fathers out there, hopefully everyone's enjoying the day. I know all these drivers are going to try to enjoy the day as well. So we're going to see if I can go back. Speaking of which, I'm going to see if I can bring up, where is my close-up camera? I want to take a good look at all these different cars in a good close-up. There we go. Okay, there's Coulter Clark, Pit Stop TV, number 54. Jordan White is in second, SimCams. Also Pit Stop TV, but it's Whiplash SimCams on the side of that 83 machine for Jordan White. Chris Winstone in the 37, another Pit Stop TV car. Good looking car there for Chris Winstone, the 37. Then we have Cameron Combs in the 15, the Mobil 1 car. Good looking car. Elijah Mopin, he is driving that 66 car. That has cat scratch designs on the side of it. Good looking black and white Ford Mustang. Then we have Howard Peebles in the 28. He's driving the Haviland car here today. That's a good looking car, always for Howard Peebles. Zachary King, Ideal Pest. He's part of the Ideal family, actually. Ideal Pest Control. Pest Management, I guess it is. Ideal Pest Management. In the 51, Zachary King. Then we have Gregory Badnass, I believe. And old number 7, Jack Daniels, the 24. Apologize for the pronunciation, Gregory. Douglas Gallus, he is Bully Dog Coffee. He is driving one of our sponsors' car here today. Then we have Michael Rovillo. He is driving the In-N-Out Burger, the number 2 machine. Good looking car. Then we have Sean Hughes. He's driving his typical, he always likes that purple car. It doesn't matter what league or what series he's driving. He usually has a purple car. That's a nice, almost a candy apple purple. That is, got a really nice shine on it. That's Spark Designs on the side of that thing. Then we have, I believe Spark Designs, or find your people and create local events. All right. Then we have 44 Chris Romano, Sim Magic. That's a good looking car, the 44 of Chris Romano. Then we have Mike Alley. He's driving We Can't Afford to Quit 22. Then we have Corey Powell. Corey Powell is in the 92 Ideal K9, part of the Ideal family. Then we have, where is he? I just lost track of one of these guys. One of these guys just jumped ahead of me. We're going to go back with Chad Fox. He's in the 12 Rowdy Energy car. Then we have Thaddeus Friedel. He had that accident earlier, 98. That's got the Tiger on the side, American Stars and Stripes. Tell you what, a good looking car, Team King competition. Then we have Casey Gross. He's in the Quantum 77, Quantum Motorsports. Good looking car. Mark Bender, he's down in the pits. He's driving the other Bully Dog Coffee machine. Then we have Justin Young, which I don't see him on the track any longer, or John Shields. I do not see him on the track any longer. So, all right, we're going to jump back up to the leaders. Coulter Clark, Jordan White, they are driving away with this thing. So, it's all looking good for these guys. These 3 cars, Coulter Clark, Jordan White, Chris Winstone, they all jumped out in front of these guys. Because Elijah Mopin is in 4th place, but he's 4.3 seconds behind the leader at this moment in time. You can see he has a bunch of cars coming up behind him. But right now, that 66 machine is 4.4 seconds behind the leader. So they're going to have to do a little bit of hustling. You can take a look out his windshield. You can see, maybe on the roof cam. The roof cam is better. You can see them, the leaders going into turn 2 onto the turn 2-3 backstretch. And he's just coming into it now. So he's got a little bit of pedaling to do to catch up. Meanwhile, behind him, he's got a whole bunch of guys wanting to get onto the back door of that car. So, all right, back up with the leader. I'll tell you what, let's go over to a little bit of side-by-side action. We're going to try a little bit of side-by-side action. We're going to jump out. We're going to take a look. We don't want this one. We're not going to do tier 1. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's start this one over. Bully Dog Coffee. Bully Dog Coffee is our main sponsor. Get a 10% discount on Bully Dog Coffee. Use the Fast 10 to get your discount today. Bold flavors for bold hearts. Bully Dog Coffee Company. And friends don't let friends drink corporate coffee. Remember that. Ha ha! And also Boosted Safe. The world's first car safe that securely latches directly into the backseat of every vehicle. Enjoy 20% off with the discount code iRacing20. Got a fancy cover on it. It's got a code on the front of it. It's got padding to protect your vehicle or your items inside. There it is right there. That's what you receive in the mail or when you order one of these things. You open it up. You can store all your goodies inside. They are a great thing to have to protect your valuables in the car. All right, let's go back out to live racing once again. Here we go. Again, Coulter Clark, J.A. White, Chris Winstone leading this thing down around the track. Man, I'll tell you what, these guys got this thing nailed down. Meanwhile, Elijah Mopin, he's back there. He's caught up a little bit, but not much. He's still, well, I guess he's still 4.8 seconds behind the leader. So he hasn't really caught up that much. He actually lost a little bit of ground. We have a little bit of movement with Zachary King now going to take a look on the inside. Got some close action here now between these two. Oh, they touch coming around the corner. I'll tell you what, this is not good if they start beating and banging on the track. They're going across the start-finish line. They're going into turn 1. Taking a good look at these guys coming around the turn. Zachary King still trying to maintain the low side, trying to see if he can make some time to get up there. He can't quite get it done. Going around down the back straightaway. Elijah Mopin got the run on him, but Zachary King's got to take a look on the inside, turn 2. This can be a little tricky. Turn 2 and turn 3 can be a little tricky. Don't usually have a whole lot of accidents turn 1. There, it does happen. But turn 2, where they just went to, and they're going into turn 3 right now, they can be a little bit tricky to maintain control of the car. All right, so here we go. These guys are running down the track. It's looking really good. We're going to take a look at the tower. Again, Elijah Mopin has got the lead on Zachary King. Zachary King's got to take a look on the outside, see if it makes a difference for him. He just got by Elijah Mopin. Elijah Mopin is following in behind him. So this is the race between Zachary King and Elijah Mopin. And Zachary just got by Elijah Mopin's 66 Mustang. So now he is driving away. Meanwhile, take a look out front. While they were battling it out, they have dropped back. They're 5.5 seconds behind the leader. That's what happens when you start battling with another car. You guys will definitely slow down and the leader will just drive away. So the 3 leaders, Coulter Clark and these guys up front, these guys are all just driving away from Zachary King at this moment in time. Now we have another run. Howard Peters is taking a look on the inside of Elijah Mopin in that 28 machine. He's going to see if he can get something done. Taking a look at his front fender. Here we go. He's right there behind Elijah Mopin. He wants to see if he can get something done. Going down between turns 1 and 2. Coming into turn 2 here now. He backed off a little bit. He's not going to get a run, but here we go. He's going to try it again. No, he's not going to try for it at this moment in time. Everyone's back to single file racing pretty much. take a look back a little bit farther. Sean Hughes is back here in that purple machine, Spark, the number 75. He's just cruising along. Everyone looks to be doing pretty good right now. Michael Ravillo, he is in the number 2, the In-N-Out Burger machine, looking good. He has Corey Powell right behind him. So he's got to see if he can get up there. Then we have Chad Fox in the 12. See if I can get a good side view of some of these here cars. Again, we've already gone through all the cars. I like to go through all the cars at least once or twice. There's a Thaddeus Friel. I believe that's pronunciation. That 98 White Tiger machine. Claws out. Ford Racing. Driving that Mustang. Casey Gross, he's back here in the Quantum Motorsports. He's back in 15th position. He's going to see if he can get up there a little bit farther. All right, but back up with the leaders. Excuse me. Boulder Clark has jumped ahead of Jordan White by about a half a second. Doesn't look like much, but I'll tell you what, there's a half a second right there. So going into turns 1 and onto the straightaway that runs between turns 1 and 2. But he still has about half a second over top. Oh, I'll tell you, Jordan White's going to have to do a little bit of pedaling to get up there and start contending for a position once again. All right, there's a good look on this back straightaway. You can see the distance there, half a second between the leader and Jordan White. Chris Winstone, he's about 0.8 of a second behind Jordan White, so he needs to do a little bit of pedaling. He's back there. But otherwise, Zachary King, he is still 4.3 seconds behind Chris Winstone. So there's a good view right there. You can see them back there. These guys have really got to do some work. I don't know if they need to bunch up together, maybe see if they get a draft going, see if they can do something to catch up with these 3 leaders, because the 3 leaders are just driving away from them. We're actually doing very well so far. 16 laps in out of 80. We've only had, well, we didn't even have a caution. We had one accident right there. Thaddeus Friel had the problem, but other than that, it has not really been an issue. Now, we do have the 18 of Bender, 18th, 19th place of Young, and 20th place of Shields. Those 3 guys are all out of the race, so they basically did a start and park. They did not last the entire time of the race. Now, we'll take a look at our long board here on the side. We have Grouse in the 77, he's down 1 lap. Combs is in the 15, he's down 1 lap. Alley in the 22, he is down 6 laps right now. So Mike is really struggling. Let's take a quick look at Mike's car here. We'll see if I can bring him up a little bit. There we go. So he's struggling a little bit here today, trying to get that machine running better for him. Again, he's 6 laps down, trying to get caught up. I don't know if he was involved in that first lap problem or not, but something happened to his car. He looks pretty good right there now, but something did happen to him to put him down 6 laps. So that's never good. All right, Coulter Clark back up to the front of this thing. He is just driving away. Again, Jordan White. Jordan White's about 0.4 of a second behind. So not terribly. But again, they are definitely getting spaced out. So these 3 cars, though, they still have a heck of a jump on Zachary King. Zachary King is definitely way back there. He is 5.7 seconds behind the leader. So he's got a lot to make up for. So again, this tricky triangle, Pocono, is turning out to be a little bit of an issue for a few of these drivers. A few of these drivers are trying to figure it all out, trying to find out the best line to run. Now, Zachary King, he is also pulled away, if you notice, away from Elijah Mopin. He is now about a little over 2 seconds ahead of Elijah. But Elijah has old number 7, Gregory Van Ness. He is right there on the back door. He wants to get up there behind Elijah and see if he can get something done. He wants to get up into that 5th spot that Elijah has. He wants to take it from him. Howard Peoples is back a little bit farther. He dropped back into the 7th position. Now, he needs to do a little bit of pedaling. He was up there contending with Elijah Mopin, but it just didn't work out for him. He backed off a little bit. Tried to give Greg in the 24, give him a try. Okay, so there's Greg. He's taking a look at the inside going into turn 2. Couldn't quite get it done. All right, so here we go. There's a Haviland car. Peoples going to go around the old number 7, 24 of Gregory Vanasse. He has got him. He is on the move. Look, there's 15, Sean Hughes. He's scraping off the wall. He's going to try to give on the outside of the 24 machine. Let's go take a look and see what's going on. I'll tell you what. We've got a little bit of a run, and there goes Sean Hughes. He takes him on the outside. The 24 is dropped back down into the 8th position, just like that. So, all right, lots of stuff going on back here. So we're going to have to go back up, take a look. Howard Peoples, he is up here trying to see if he can catch up with Elijah Mopin in the 66 machine. He's got a little bit of time to make up. He is back about 0.3 of a second, but look at the run he has going into turn 3. Going into turn 3, he's got a good run. He's got Elijah Mopin right there beside him. Elijah Mopin was able to pull it out once he got onto the straight, and he was able to pull back out into the front of Howard Peoples. Howard Peoples is really trying to struggle, trying to see if he can get something done. Meanwhile, right behind him, he has Sean Hughes. Sean Hughes is right there. He wants to get something happening as well. That is a pretty purple paint job. I like that color of that car. That's a sharp-looking paint job without a doubt. But right now, he's right on the back end of Howard Peoples, and he's going to see if he can get something going. Can't quite get it done. Nope. But Howard Peoples is going to try to get it done. Elijah Mopin, once again, going to go back. He's going to pass him. He's going to get by him this time by. Looks like he does. Elijah Mopin is going to fall into the back end of the car of Howard Peoples. Elijah Mopin is back there looking now. He wants to see if he can get back up front. Back in front of that Haviland machine. He doesn't like being back here. He likes to be out in the clean air with nobody in front of him. But he is dropping back. Now, Sean Hughes, he is now taking a serious look at the back end of Elijah Mopin. He's got him in the right front. He's running side by side with him right there, looking good beside each other. Running really close, coming into the corner. Man, I'll tell you, he's going to try to do it. But there's the 24, Gregory Vanasse. He's up there trying to see if he can get on the inside of Sean Hughes as well, or on the outside of Sean Hughes, I should say. Cameron Cronin's just got a black flag. He just pulled into the pits. I believe he came into the pits super fast. So he got a black flag for coming into the pits too hot. There's a 24 on the outside of Sean Hughes. He is able to get the spot away from Sean Hughes. Elijah Mopin is in his sights. So right now, Sean Hughes, now he's looking at the outside. Couldn't quite get it done. He's falling back in behind the 24, Gregory Vanasse. Man, I'll tell you what, these guys got a lot of racing going on back here. Meanwhile, up front, Coulter Clark, Jordan White, they have swapped position. Jordan White is now in the lead of this thing. But that's not that terrible of a deal right now because we are lap 23. We are running between 28 and 30 laps to a tank of fuel, don't forget. So, we'll have to wait and see when Jordan White decides he wants to bring this thing in for fuel and tires. But as of right now, he's sitting out there looking good going into turn 1. It looks pretty good going into that turn, going on to the long straightaway in the back. He has got almost a second over top of Coulter Clark. Coulter Clark has Chris Winstone right behind him again. But Zachary King, he is still right there in 4th position. He's trying to get something going in that 51. And Howard Peoples is looking to see if he can catch up with the 51 of Zachary King. You can see Zachary King, he's quite a little ways around the corner. He's got to do quite a little bit of a run. He's got almost 5 seconds, 4.5 seconds to catch up to Zachary King. Meanwhile, right behind him, he has Sean Hughes. He's only 3/4 of a second behind. But he has those three cars, Sean Hughes, Gregory Vinasse, and Elijah Mopin. All three of these guys want to get caught up. Meanwhile, back a little bit farther, we have Douglas Gallis. He's running there pretty much by himself. Elijah Mopin's about 2 3/4 seconds in front of him, and he has Chris Romano about 2 1/4 seconds behind him. Talk about Chris Romano. Chris Romano's right there. He's looking pretty good. He's running in clean air by himself, looking pretty good as well. Then we go back to Michael Ravillo. He's back there in the 11th spot in the 2. He's looking pretty good. Again, nobody's really around his car. And then we have, let's see, Corey Powell. Corey Powell is in the 92 in 12th position. He's back there by himself pretty much. Chad Fox, he's back there pretty much by himself. He scraped the wall, though, a little bit there. Not good. You got to be careful about that. So Howard Peoples has just come into the pits. Howard Peoples is just coming in. He's the first car coming in. I'm surprised. He's coming in a little bit earlier. He's coming in lap 26 out of 80. A little bit of pit strategy possibly on his part. Going to see what he can do. Then we also have Michael Ravillo. He's coming in as well. But we're going to follow along with Howard Peoples. Take a look. He misses the pit stall. Had to back up a little bit. He is good to go, though. Getting tires on the outside. Let's take a look and see if he takes tires on the inside as well. A full tank of Sunoco fuel, he'll be good to go. There he goes. He's peeling out of the pit lane now. Jordan White is coming around. He is coming around, and looks like he's slowing down, wallowing it up hard. Here we go. This is lap 27. We were talking 27 to 30 if you could really milk it out. But there's Jordan White. We're going to back out the camera just a little bit, take a good look. He has Chris Winstone, who was running in 3rd place. He's in there with him as well. Let's see, Sean Hughes is in, Elijah Mopin's in, Michael Ravillo was in, he's on his way out. Thaddeus Friel is in. All right, tires on the outside for Jordan White. He's taking tires on the inside as well. Full tank of Sunoco fuel. He's out back onto the track. Going back up to your leader, Coulter Clark. He stayed out one more lap. He is in the car 54. He is your leader. I'm expecting to see him coming in right here now. Coming down the pit lane, possibly. Yes, he is. He's coming in the pit lane. He's got it rolling it up, trying to slow it down before he got to the start line of the pit lane. Now, let's see what he takes. We're going to follow along with Coulter Clark. Zachary King's right behind him. Gregory Vinasse right behind him. Douglas Scalise is in. We're going to ride along with Coulter Clark, take a look and see what he does. All right, take a little bit better look, see if I can get a good TV. Okay, tires on the outside, Coulter Clark. Tires on the inside, and a full tank of Sunoco fuel. Yeah, there he goes. He's peeling back out onto the exit. There he goes. He's coming off a pit lane. All right, and here we go. There's Gregory Vinasse. He's coming out, and so is Zachary King. Zachary King's coming out. So all these guys are coming out, and though now that it's cycled through, it looks like Jordan White is back into the lead of this thing. So we're going to just wait a little bit for everything to cycle through. It looks like Coulter Clark, though, was able to come out and get right on to the back door of Jordan White, putting him back into the 2nd position. So neither one of these guys really lost anything at all coming into pit lane. They are sitting really good. And also, you look back, Chris Winstone, he's back a little bit, but he's in 3rd place again. So all 3 of these guys, your 3 leaders for the entire race, went into the pit stalls. They're back out right pretty much where they ended up when they went in for tires and fuel. So new fastest lap is actually Chris Winstone. He had a super fast lap right there. Take a look and see the fastest 5 for 5. Chris Winstone. Let's see, fastest lap. Here we go. 53.70. So I'll tell you what, that was a fast lap for Chris Winstone. He is cooking that thing out there, trying to catch up to the leaders. He's still 1.8 seconds off of the leader, Jordan White. but he is pedaling hard. Now, meanwhile, Zachary King is about 5.25 seconds behind Chris Winstone. He's about 7 seconds off the leader. So he's going to have to do some pedaling, try to get up there as quickly as he can. But I'll tell you what, behind him, he's got a little bit of breathing room because Howard Peebles is the first car up in 5th place, but he is still a little over 5.5 seconds behind Zachary King. So he's got a little bit of running to do. You see a lap car in the middle. That is the lap car of, I do believe, let me take a look. Yeah, let's see if I can get a better look here. You know what? I'll go up to the battle box. That's the fastest, easiest way to take a look. He has Thaddeus Friel right in front of him. Look at that. Thaddeus Friel is right there. He is trying to see if he can pedal as fast as he can to get up there. But he has Howard Peebles coming up on him very, very quickly. Going to be a little bit of a run happening here in a moment because Howard Peebles has actually just got by him. Thaddeus Friel, Thaddeus Friel went out and hit the wall. There is also Sean Hughes. Sean Hughes just went by Thaddeus Friel. So Thaddeus Friel is now down a lap. So we only have 12 cars on the lead lap. Corey Powell is the last car on the lead lap, but he is 40.2 seconds behind the leader. So he needs to really get going because I'll tell you what, you look at the battle box here, we bring this back up again. Corey Powell is only about 13 seconds, 14 seconds ahead of Jourdain White. So if he doesn't get going or something doesn't happen pretty darn soon, he's going to be seriously looking at going a lap down as well. All right, so speaking of which, Coulter Clark and Jourdain White. Coulter Clark is right on the back bumper of Jourdain White. He wants to see if he can get up there and get going. Look at the run. Jourdain White just got a big shot down the front straightaway going into turn 1. Looked like Coulter Clark backed off it a little bit going into the turn. Now we got that long run going up the turn 2. And I'll tell you, wow. It's a long run going up there. There's the 3 leaders. Here they come coming around the corner onto that long back straightaway between turns 2 and 3. There they go. They're going by. Wow. All right. So let's go take another quick look. See what's going on with Howard Peebles and these guys back here a little bit further. Because I believe that there's a little bit of action going on. We're just kind of taking a look to see if I can see a few of these guys. See if there's any competition happening. But it looks like everyone's running pretty much by themselves at this moment in time. No one's really got a lot of danger of going down or, losing any ground to any one individual. Everyone seems to be spaced out pretty decently at this moment in time. Coulter Clark and Jourdain White, they are at the front of this thing. They are the only 2 that are really close to making something happen. Again, Coulter Clark, he's looking at the back end of that 83 machine. Jourdain White, he's going to see if he can get something happening. He wanted to be back in the front. He was in the front of this thing earlier on. Jourdain White was able to get by him. Now he wants to get back up there past Jourdain and into the front of this race and possibly get some more clean air. Clean air is good for the car, without a doubt. So, all right. But Jourdain White, I'll tell you what, he's from Jamaica. He is definitely making it work for him today. That's the early camera of Jourdain White's. It is looking good. Again, he's driving one of our sponsors, or one of my sponsors for Pirate Broadcasting, Whiplash Simcams. That's the leader. That's who's out front. Whiplash Simcams. He's driving this thing like he's got the wheels falling off it. He wants to get it going. Coulter Clark, again, Pit Stop TV. Pit Stop TV. Actually, it is Whiplash Simcams, Pit Stop TV, and Pit Stop TV. Again, He's the man that usually does this Sunday morning broadcast. He is Pit Stop TV. He also is the owner of Whiplash Simcams. So I'll tell you what, he'd be awfully proud of having all three of his cars out in the front, or doing the sponsorship for him. All three of them out in front of this race at this moment in time. All right, Elijah Mopin has come into the pits. I'm not quite sure why Elijah has come into the pits. Let's take a quick look and follow him in for just a moment. I don't know. Take a quick look at pit strategy. Elijah Mopin was in 8 laps ago. So he's back in again. And he's just basically sitting there. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. So we're not quite sure. We'll have to see what's going on with Elijah. But meanwhile, back up the front, Coulter Clark and Jordan White, they're out there running along. So I'm watching Elijah Mopin. I'm watching him in the pits. He's got 30 seconds so far in pit lane. So he's getting something done, or something's going on with Elijah right now. He's dropped into 14th position, and he's down a lap at least now. So, all right, so back up with your leaders. There's your top 3 leaders right there. Zachary King's back there by himself in 4th position. Howard Peoples, he has Sean Hughes right on his back door. Sean Hughes is taking a look at the back end of that Haviland machine. Howard Peoples, 28. He's going to see if he can get up there, see if he can get something done. Possibly, we're not sure. Take a look from the nose. I'll tell you, he's got to do something to try to get up to that Howard Peoples machine. Okay, Elijah Mopin has just come back out onto the track, but Mike Alley has just come in. He's coming in. Now, he's down a few laps, actually, in that 22 machine. So we're just taking a quick look. I believe that he is down somewhere around, oh, goodness. What is he down? I'm just taking a quick look. He's down quite a bit. Oh, he missed the pits and he overshot the pits. He had to go back out. So that is Mike Alley. He is down. He's in the pits right now getting tires. Don't quite have a listing on what he is down. But anyway, I know he's down a few laps. There he is. He's coming back out again. Okay, Jordan White, he's back up here trying to see if he can get something going. They're going onto the back straightaway. You see them in the distance, just made the turn. They got a bunch of cars in front of them. These guys up in front of them, they don't want to go down another lap. There's Elijah Mopin. There goes the leaders. They're going through turn 2, down the straightaway, down towards turn 3. Okay, just trying to find my right camera angle. There we go. Back up to Coulter Clark, Jordan White. These guys are just running down. They're running across start-finish line now. We know where they are now. All right, we found them. Again, folks, I have too many camera angles. It's hard to figure out where I am looking at any given time. There's your leaders. There they are coming out of turn 1. All right, so there we go, going down the long straightaway. You can just see them in the distance. Here they come right here now. All right, so then we go, they're going around turn 2, through turn 2, off of turn 2, there we go. Down the long straightaway, here they come. They're going to go into turn 3, around turn 3. There we go, off of turn 3. Here we go right there now. There we go, looking good. And then back up across the board. Okay. Man, I'll tell you what, these guys are doing really good. I'm just playing with the camera angles here a little bit, folks, just to kind of give you an idea from the track side where these guys are. But we'll go back up and take a good look. These guys are still fighting for first position. Coulter Clark still on the back end. He's taking a seriously look at the back end. Let's see if he can get his nose in there. He's right there on the right side of him. He's on the inside. He's going to be able to get by Jordan White, because Jordan White he stuck behind the 12 car. He had to slow it up in order to get down to the inside of the 12. So that puts Coulter Clark into the lead ahead of Jordan White once again. All right, so here we go. Pit Stop TV in front of the Whiplash Sim car. I'll tell you what, these guys are just going. The 24 now is stuck between Chris Winstone and Jordan White. So we're going to have to go and take a look and see how these things are going to play out. I'm looking to see if there's any other close action, but everyone is fairly well spaced apart. Casey Gross and Thaddeus Friel, they are back here fighting each other a little bit. We can take a good look at these guys. They're all trying to see if they can get something happening. Casey Gross in the 77, the 98 of Thaddeus Friel, and then right behind him we have Elijah Mopin. He's up there trying to stay ahead of the leaders. He's already a lap down. He does not want to go down more laps, but I think, unfortunately, Elijah's going to go down another lap because there's the leader right on his back door. He is right there. He's coming. He's coming for him. So Mopin may be going down another lap right here shortly. All right, so again, back up to the leader. Take a look out. There he is, taking a look at the back end of Elijah Mopin right in front of him. Taking a look from his roof cam. These guys are just racing around here. Everyone is spaced out. That's the only problem with these races sometimes. As a broadcaster, I like seeing accidents. The drivers don't like seeing accidents, but I'll tell you what, if they have an accident or something happens, whatever, if a caution comes out, it gets everyone punched back up again. When they get spaced out like this, these guys are out here for a Sunday drive. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of stuff going on. Yes, there is. But I'll tell you what, when you don't have them all in a big bunch, you just need that excitement to see who's going to smash into who and who's going to wreck somebody or who's going to push somebody or put the bumper to someone or whatever the case may be. You know, just adds that little bit of excitement. But I'll tell you what, these guys are doing a really good job. I mean, AARN guys, they're good drivers anyway. There's not a whole lot of accidents. So it makes my job just a little bit more difficult to make this thing exciting. I apologize, folks, but we're trying. So right now, there's a good angle right there. You can see the leader. He's gaining on the back of that 66, Elijah Mopin. Elijah's already one lap down. He is going to be going down another lap here directly. There's Elijah Mopin. Look at these guys all just swinging around. Not quite sure what they're doing. It looks like they're playing here a little bit. So Elijah Mopin is trying to do a little bit of the swing. It looks like Coulter Clark is following him, trying to hang on to the draft maybe a little bit. Oh, Jordan White just flashed, though. Jordan White may have a connection issue. The other night he was in a race, and I went to talk to him or something, and he had at the end of the race, his computer crashed, and he only had a couple laps to go, and he ended up finishing, I forget what it was, 10th or 11th or 12th, but he was in the front, he was leading the thing, and again, he's in Jamaica, and for whatever reason, he didn't have quite a good connection, and so he lost the connection. He ended up losing the race or the potential to win the race, and it was terrible for Mr. Jordan White. So taking a look at Jordan White, okay, going back, while these guys are racing, Mike Alley had crashed. Let's go back and take a look, see if I can back this up a little bit. Let's see what happened to Mike. Mike is having a hard job here. Let's follow along with him here just for a moment. We're just going to go along. We're going to go around in 3/4 time, see if I can get a good look and see if I can get the right camera angle I want for him. All right, so he's coming off of turn 2, it looks like, onto the front straightaway. Just trying to look and see what's a good camera angle. There we go. He gets into the outside wall, bounces off it, goes sideways, wrecks it. He gets it corrected. He gets it a little bit overcorrected. Then he gets it back out straight and away. He's going to come back out across the front of another car and then back into the wall again. Hit the wall hard. Not good at all. And then back into the wall for a third time. Not good at all for Mike Alley in that 22 machine. Man, I'll tell you, he is struggling here, trying to get this thing under control. All right, so we'll go back up to live speed. All right, so yeah, I'll tell you, he had some issues. The car does not look good at all. He's trying to lock it up. He's going to stop, and he's going to get towed to the pits. All right, we're going to go back up with live, back up to Colton Clark, up in the front of this thing. He is still on the back end of Elijah Mopin. He is trying to see if he can put him down one more lap. He's taking a good look on the inside. There he is going on the inside of Elijah Mopin, taking a look. He couldn't quite get it done. Elijah Mopin is right there. They're going down the long back straightaway towards turn 2. Meanwhile, right behind him, Jordan White is ready to see if he can pounce. There he is. He's taking a good look on the inside. Can't quite get it done. Elijah Mopin is doing a really good job holding off Coulter Clark. Coulter Clark is really trying to get by him, but I'll tell you, Elijah's doing a real good job trying to hold him back. Going on to the front straightaway now. Here we come. Along the front straight. Look at, oh, we got a car in the back. Oh, crashed into the wall. Who is that? Who is that? That is, I believe it's the 51. Zachary King? No, it wasn't Zachary King. I believe, just trying to see which car it was. I believe it was one of the cars that's a lap down. Thaddeus Friel, possibly? I believe it might have been Thaddeus Friel, but I could be wrong. Somebody had some issues there. Well, let's have back up Thaddeus real quick. We're going to take a quick look and see. No, it wasn't Thaddeus. It was a 92. It was a 92, Corey Powell. Backing up just a hair more. Let's see what happened to Corey. He came off of turn 3, into the wall, bounced off the wall, and then came right into the wall again. Wow, that Mustang is not good in the front end. That front right, it definitely took a good hit. Then he gets it back under control, and he's still driving around the track, but wow, that was a heavy hit for that car. All right, so back up onto the lead lap, or back up to live. All right, back up to Coulter Clark. Jordan White, they both have finally gotten by Elijah Mopin. They are trying to see what they can do. Meanwhile, Chris Winstone, he is right there as well. He's caught up with these guys. Man, I'll tell you what, they're coming off that front straightaway, down the front straightaway. They don't like being against that wall on the front straightaway, I've noticed. They tend to go up a couple lanes every time. But meanwhile, Coulter Clark, he is able to drive away from Jordan White. Jordan White is right there. Now, the 66 of Elijah Mopin, he is back there. Now, he's taking a good look. He looks like he wants to get a little racy with these guys. He didn't like going down 2 laps. I think he'd like to get back up and get a lap back if he possibly can. But right now, he also has, right behind him, there he goes. There goes the Chris Winstone machine. He was able to slide by him. That's definitely locking Elijah Mopin down, 2 laps down, because now he has 3 lead lap cars in front of him. So speaking of which, we're going to go try and find Zachary King. He's back here a little bit, but he's pretty much by himself. You can see the leaders in the distance quite a little ways away. They're just going into turn 1 right now. Zachary King is about 5.7 seconds behind the leaders. So he's going to have to do a little bit of pedaling to get him up there a little bit better to see if he can catch up with these guys. Now, we have another set of pit stops coming up here shortly. take a quick look. Pit strategy. Everyone's been out for about 23, 24 laps as it stands right now. So 23 laps. I'm thinking within next 2 to 3 laps, Coulter Clark should be coming into the pits. So we'll take a look and see. Coulter Clark, he's up here. We'll take a good look. We have Michael Ravillo. He's coming in there now. He's coming into the pits. But Coulter Clark, he's going to stay out. Lap 52 out of 80. We only have about 28 laps left. Howard Peoples just came into the pits as well. So he's going to come in and get some fuel and tires. So we have 28 laps left. If they're getting between 27, 28 laps to a tank of fuel, if I'm Coulter Clark, I want to stay out at least another lap or two, just in case on the possibility of something goofy happening, that they have a green-white checker. You do not want to run out of fuel at the end of this race. So if he can milk this thing and get a couple more laps out of it, that way he will be a couple laps to the good at the end of this race when he gets up around lap 80. Now again, Howard Peoples just came in, Mike Ravillo has been in, and Corey Powell has been in. Sean Hughes is just coming in there now as well. So these guys are all in there trying to get some fuel. Meanwhile, you have Coulter Clark trying to stay out, trying to make it happen for himself. So we're going to have to watch along. We're going to have to ride along and see what happens. See what Coulter Clark's going to do. 53. We'll take a look at the pit strategy once again. Clark is on 25 laps. He's coming around turn 3 here now. So let's take a look and see if he comes in. This will be 26 laps across the stripe. He's not coming in. He's got to go down 26 laps. So 26 laps of fuel on that car so far. So we'll have to see if he comes in. 27 to 28. That's getting into the magic numbers. So we'll see if he comes in this next time by. Meanwhile, Jordan White is staying out. So is Chris Winstone. They are all staying out to see what these guys are going to do. Meanwhile, Howard Peoples, he's back there. He pitted a little early. He was on the lead lap. But he's back here looking a little racy. He wants to get by this In-N-Out Burger number 2 machine of Michael Ravillo. There he goes. He's getting by him there now. But he wants to try to get up here and catch up with the leaders. And there he is. He's going to go by Elijah Mopin. He's going to be the next guy he's going to go by. He's right there on the inside. He's passing him on the outside. Elijah Mopin on the inside, dropping back. There he goes. All right, so, Jordan White, he is in. Chris Winstone is in. Coulter Clark has stayed out one more lap. Coulter Clark is still staying out one more lap while Jordan White is coming in. You want to follow along with Jordan White, see what he's going to take. He overshot the run. He overshot his pit box just a little bit. He had to back up about 5 feet. All right, so he's taking tires on the outside. And assuming that he's going to take tires on the inside. Yes, he is. All right. Put his pedal to the metal. He's going to pull off the pit lane. He has the 37 right there coming out behind him. So Coulter Clark is in the lead. Coulter Clark is now coming in to the pits. He's wowing it up, getting across the start-finish line of, or the entrance of pit lane, I should say, not the start-finish line. Where am I thinking? Anyway, Pit Stop TV 54 coming in. He's going to get tires and fuel. Let's take a look and see. Just look at, yeah, Jordan White, Chris Winstone. They both took tires inside and out. Chris Romano, he took tires inside and out. Let's see if Coulter Clark is going to take tires inside and out. There's the outside tires going on there now. And he is going to take inside tires. Full tank of Sunoco fuel. He puts his foot into the floor and away he goes, spinning the tires. He's going to burn off those new tires real fast. There's Chris Romano. He's coming in. He's going to get some work done on that thing. Now, Coulter Clark, he's come back out into the lead. 25 laps to go. Right behind him, there is Jourdain White. So, Coulter Clark played that really well as far as his pit stop goes. He was able to come in leading Jourdain White, and he was able to come back out, and Jourdain White is right behind him once again. You can see the distance right there. He's 1 second behind the leader, Coulter Clark. Wow, that worked out really, really well for Coulter Clark. And again, Chris Winstone in third position. So these top three cars have been the top three cars all the time. And after pit stops, last time, Chris Winstone was the fastest lap. He just was the fastest lap. Now Jourdain White is the fastest lap. Jourdain White just laid down the faster lap. Wow. These guys got fast cars here today. The three of them are taking everyone else to school. All 20 cars on the track. Actually, 2 of them are start and park only. So 18 cars racing on the track. Man, I'll tell you, these three are the top of the class, the creme de la creme, if you will. Corey Powell, he's just coming into the pits. He's going to get some service done on that machine, the 92. But up in the front, Coulter Clark is leading the way. Jourdain White is in second place. Then we have Chris Winstone. Zachary King's about 5 seconds in the back. Then we have Sean Hughes. Sean Hughes is in 5th place, but he's 14.7 seconds behind the leader. Wow. Then we have Howard Peoples. He's about 16.25 seconds behind the leader. Gregory Van Ness, he is about 19 seconds behind the leader in that 24 machine. Then we have Chris Romano in the 44. He is about 25 seconds behind the leader. Douglas Scalise, he's back there in the 9th position. He's about 34.3 seconds behind the leader. Michael Ravillo, he's in the 2 machine. He is already a lap down. So I'll tell you what, in 10th place. So we only have 9 cars on the lead lap, and they are definitely spaced out, except for these top 3 cars. These top 3 cars are definitely running together. Excuse me. I'll tell you what, it's been a rough weekend for me here, I'll tell you. Welcome to Sunday morning. We have 22 laps to go, and these guys are going to put on a little bit of a show here, possibly, as the laps start to count down. I would expect to see Jourdain White trying to get up onto the back end of Coulter Clark, see if he can make something happen. Don't count out Chris Winstone. He's back there just riding along, but when he gets a chance, he will be up there trying to be a contender as well. So right now, the way it stands, I would say these 3 guys are the way it's going to happen. One of these 3 guys is going to win. One of them is going to be second place. One of them is going to be third place. Which one's which, we're not quite sure. Sorry to call it with 20 laps to go, but then again, it is racing. So we could have a caution come out. We could have one of these go blow a tire. We could have one of these guys get into a wreck. They may pass a lap car and have a little bit of difficulties. It's hard to say. Race day, you just never know. So don't forget, we're going to Sonoma. That's hard to say. I'll tell you what. We're going to Sonoma next week here with the AARN Cup cars. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pit Stop TV will be doing the broadcast. So they will be out there making a show of it next Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to go back. We're going to do a little bit of side-by-side action. Let's take a quick look. Oh, that's not where we want to be. That's the wrong one. Here we go. Bully Dog Coffee. We're going to turn down our track map. Get a good look. Get 10% discount on Bully Dog Coffee. Use the code FAST10. You get really good coffee. Bold flavors for bold hearts. BullyDogCoffeeCompany.com. Friends don't let friends drink corporate coffee. Don't do it. Don't do it. Also, Boosted Safe. you can get the world's first car safe that securely latches directly into the back seat of every vehicle. 20% off with iRacing20 as your code word. I'll tell you what, it's got a combination lock, traditional key, or fingerprint mode actually on that thing. So you can even just open that thing with your fingerprint. Everyone's got their own fingerprint. So, all right, so that's what we have to deal with for our sponsors, Boosted Safe, Bully Dog Coffee Company. These guys are doing a good job helping out the series every week. We really appreciate their sponsorship. Appreciate having them on board. All right, so here we go. We're going around the track. These guys still running away with it. 19 laps to go. Man, I'll tell you what. The fastest for the last 5, Jordan White was the fastest, 53.80. Chris Romano was second quick, 53.86. Coulter Clark, 53.88. So Coulter Clark is losing a little bit of speed to Chris Romano and Jordan White, but not by much. Chris Winstone, 53.97. He's in 4th place. As far as the speed goes, he's in 3rd place on the track. Zachary King, he's 5th quick, 54.13 in 4th position. But again, 4th position for Zachary King. He is about 6 seconds behind the leader. He needs to do some pedaling. All right, so lap leaders. Lap leaders has been Coulter Clark for 41 laps, Jordan White for 22. They're the only 2 leaders that we've had. So I'll tell you what, they've been up in the front of this thing. They are going to take this thing to the end of the race, I would have to say. Now, the biggest gainers here today so far, Howard Peoples, he's gained 13 spots. He's up in the 6th position, but he came up 13 spots. Chad Fox, he came up 6 positions. He's now riding in 12th spot. Chris Winstone, he came up 5 spots. He is now in 3rd spot. Gregory Vadnas, he is up 5 spots. He's now riding around in 7th. And Michael Ravillo, he's up 3 spots. He's riding along in 10th position right now. All right, so we got a cautioner. There we go. Elijah Mopin has crashed. Let's take a quick look. See what happened to Elijah. He's coming around the corner. Ooh, that's a hard shot into the wall. Then backed it into the inside wall. That was a hard lick. Man, I'll tell you what, he's able to get it back under control, but man, that was a hard lick for that 66 machine. Okay, so he's got it back under control. He's bringing her into the pits now. Okay, so let's go back up to live. We're going to take a look. This is going to bunch everyone back up. I was saying a little bit earlier, things could change. Things could happen. I mean, I called it the top 3 cars, but as I was saying, a caution could come out. Things could happen. And I'll tell you, a caution came out. Things are going to happen. So Coulter Clark, Jordan White, they are at the front of this thing. I don't think they're going to come in and pit anytime soon because they don't want to lose their track position. We have 9 cars on the lead lap as of right now. So yeah. So I believe Kraus or Michael Ravillo, one of these guys might be the lucky dog as well. We'll have to take a look. Excuse me. But, wow. It's just that easy. It's just, you know, that little bit. So we'll take a quick look. Race recap. Lap 65 out of 80. Coulter Clark in the lead. 1 caution for 1 lap so far. We've had 6 lead changes, and all the lead changes has been between Coulter Clark and Jordan White. So this is the first actual caution. There's been a possibility of 2 or 3 others, but they collected themselves, get themselves back underway before the caution flag had a chance to fly. So, yeah, this is the only caution that we're actually having for this race at Pocono. Okay, the leaders are coming in. I'm surprised. Let's take a look and follow these guys in. Here we go. Coulter Clark, Sean Hughes is going to stay out. Sean Hughes is going to get the waiver out, I believe. I could be wrong. I believe he's got the waiver out. So, all right. So, we have the leaders coming in. Coulter Clark, Jordan White's in, Zachary King's in, Chris Winstone, Chris Romano, Gregory Venas, Howard Peoples, Chad Fox, Elijah Mopin, all these guys came into the pits. All right, so Coulter Clark looks like to be a little bit quicker. He's getting the tires, he's getting the fuel, he's getting back out of the track. But it looks like Chris Winstone came out before him. He only took, he only took outside tires. He only took outside tires on that car. Everybody else took 4 tires. Chris Winstone, he is only taking 3 tires. So let's see how this is going to play out. That'll put him up front, but will 2 tires, will 2 tires work for him, or will 4 tires overtake him and put him farther back? We'll have to wait and see, folks. I'll tell you, this is going to get interesting. Douglas Scalise is still in the pits. Michael Ravillo is still in the pits. Elijah Mopin's still in the pits. Man. Okay, so Sean Hughes has stayed out. So let's take a look. Sean Hughes, he came in a pit at 13 laps ago. That might be a little bit interesting. We'll have to wait and see how this might play out. Because he did stay out. So we'll have to take a look. See how this all plays out. Because this could get interesting. I've got a couple of lap cars up in the front. They should cycle through, I believe. There's the 98. 98's going to come into the pits. 98, if that is real. Who's coming in? Well, 75, Sean Hughes is in the front. Then we have the 11. Or no, sorry, the 77. 77 is a lap down, though. At least a lap down. So that's going to put Chris Winstone in the 37 up in the second place. Coulter Clark in the third place. Zachary King in the fourth place. Howard Peoples into fifth. Jordan White is back in sixth place, folks. Wow. So that's quite a little bit of a drop for Jordan White. He needs to do some work to get around some pretty quick cars. Zachary King, Howard Peoples, to get back up there with Coulter Clark and Chris Winstone. Now, Sean Hughes, I don't know how he's going to make out. He's up there taking a look and see what he can do. But, man, I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. So let's take a look. They're going down into turn 2 now. There's Sean Hughes. Everyone else is scuffing their tires a little bit, going back and forth, side to side, trying to get the dirt off their tires. Okay, here we go. On to the straightaway after turn 2. Coming down the track, heading towards turn 3. Couple cars coming up to catch up to the back of the pack. All right, coming around the turn, end of the longest line, Douglas Scalise in the 16. All right, so we're going to go back up to the flag stand because I'll tell you what, the pace car is going to pull off this time. Bernie's got the green flag in hand. He's going to get this thing happening. Here we go. The pace car is pulling off out of the way. Green flag in the air. Here we go. We're going racing, boys. Sean Hughes, let's see what he can do to hold off these guys right there behind him. He's got the Pit Stop TV 54 right behind him. He has Chris Winstone, the other Pit Stop TV car right behind him is in the yellow one. Then we have Zachary King in a 51. So we've got, Chris Winstone back there. Jordan White is now got by Howard Peoples. He's up in the 5th place. He's going to try to get up there. But right now, these guys are just trying to see what they can do to get up into the front of this pack. Trying to see if they can make something happen. Going around the corner, Sean Hughes is going to try to hold off this whole angry pack of cars. They're all right there behind him. Right now, Coulter Clark in 54, he's closest. But if you can see in the distance, there's a whole mess of them coming. So he's got to do something without a doubt. Up here, going on to the front straightaway, we got 13 laps to go. Can Sean Hughes hold off Coulter Clark? Coulter Clark's had a fast car all day long. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Sean Hughes has been out there for 13 laps. This is going, go take a quick look. Quick look at the pit strategy. He's 16 laps in. He's got 12 laps to go. That's going to put him at 28 laps. Will he have enough fuel? I don't know. Right now, Coulter Clark's jumping into the lead. He's going to get by Sean Hughes on the inside. There he goes. He's back past the 75 for Sean Hughes. Sean Hughes is right there on his back bumper, wanting to try to fight for it to get it back. He's looking at the inside. Can't quite get caught up to the 54 of Coulter Clark. Coulter Clark is going to run away with it right now. Meanwhile, Sean Hughes got to look out his back window because he has a bunch of them coming. Zachary King, Chris Winstone running side by side right here. They're going to see if they can get something going. Zachary King's got a little bit of a run. Then we have Chris Romano in the 44 on the high side. On the outside of the 37 of Chris Winstone, Howard Peoples has gotten by Jordan White. Jordan White's now taking a look on the inside of Howard Peoples. He's going to see if he can get something going. Going to try to get by him if he can. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Okay, he's got by Howard Peoples again. Back out onto the track. There we go. We have a little bit of a race going here, folks. We're all in a single file line right now. Everyone's looking to see where they can go. Zachary King is right there on the back end of the 75, Sean Hughes. He wants to see if he can get up by him. Meanwhile, these guys that fell farther back, Chris Winstone, Jordan White, they are back there in 5th and 6th position. They need to do something together to get back up to the front of this thing. Again, I called it earlier. Hopefully I didn't give them bad luck, broadcast or curse, saying that these three would be the top guys at the end of this race. Well, I'll tell you what, 2 of the top guys have just dropped into 5th and 6th position. So I'll tell you, these guys got to do some hustling to try to get something going. There is Chris Romano. He's on the outside. Now, right now, Jordan White, he's right there taking a look at that 44. He's going to try to slip on by on the outside. He is able to get by the Sim Magic Chris Romano car. He's able to get by, but he is right now, Chris Romano trying to catch back up. He's not able to get it done. Falls in behind. Meanwhile, he has the 37 of Chris Winstone right in front of him. He needs to see if he can get going to try to push him up into the front. There we go. Jordan White's taking a look on the inside. He's going to take a look at the inside. He's going to go by Chris Winstone. Chris Winstone's going to slip on back as Jordan White is being able, now along the front straightaway though, along the straightaway, we have Chris Winstone. He's able to get back in front of Jordan White. He is able to pull back up in front. So Jordan White's still got a little bit of work to do with Chris Winstone, and they both have work to do to get back up to the front of the pack. All right, Jordan White, he's taking a look on the inside once again. He is right there. He's got by Chris Winstone, but the cautions come out. Gregory Vanasse has crashed. What happened to Gregory Vanasse? Let's take a look and see what happened to him. He's driving that 24 machine. Let's ride along, see if we can get a good angle. Going along in slow speed. Looks like he got into the 12. The 12 was there, and the 98 might have got into the back quarter panel of him as well. Yes, the 98 got into him as well. 98's back down into the wall. The 24, Greg, it's spinning sideways on the track. I'm going to back this up just a little bit, see if I can get a little bit better camera angle to see what happened. I don't have a chopper cam, I don't believe, so I can't really get right up on top again. But it looks like the 12 came down a little bit, or actually the 24 may have came up a little bit. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Not my call. But the 2 of them got together. 24 went a little sideways. The 98 was right there. He had nowhere to go. He got caught by the 24. 24 cut across his nose, slid the 98 down into the inside wall. 24 went sideways onto the track. There we go. That's all it took. And then, whoa, the 2, In-N-Out Burger, he went really high, bounced off the wall, trying to avoid the car coming up at him. So then the 24 was able to get back on the track and get going. All right, let's go back up to live, back up to Coulter Clark. We're going to see this could change all again. There is... Oh, Coulter Clark did a fake. He was going to pull into the pits, and then he faked it out. He decided to change his mind at the last second. A lot of guys started to follow him in, and then they changed their mind as well. So right now, Coulter Clark is in the lead, Zachary King second, Sean Hughes in third, Jordan White in fourth, and Chris Winstone in fifth. That's the way it stands right now. Man, I'll tell you what, a little bit of conspiracy theories, whatever you want to call it. That was a fake out by Coulter Clark in the 54. Like, you know, come on, everybody come into the pits. And no, I don't think I will. So, that was good on Coulter Clark. A few of the guys actually fell for it. Douglas Gallus, Gregory Vanass, Howard Peoples went in. Thaddeus Friel, he was in as well. A lot of these guys were in the pits. I'm not sure if they planned on going in or if they were just following Coulter Clark because he was going in and were too committed by the time they got to the pit entrance to jump back out. All right, so Casey Gross, he's in the pits as well. He just came into the pits. So I'll tell you, we only have a few laps left. We're at lap 74 right now, so we have 6 laps. It's going to be about 5 laps to go when we come across the stripe. So it could come down to a green-white checker. It very well could come down to a green-white checker. We'll have to wait and see. Now, Jordan White is up in the 4th place. He was in 6th or 7th at the last caution. So he came up a little bit. But Jordan is going to have to start hustling. I'll tell you what, he's going to have to get this thing going for himself. He is back here. He's going to be on the outside. He's going to be behind Sean Hughes. Now, we'll have to wait and see. Sean Hughes has got a little bit older tires. So Sean Hughes, will take a quick look. Sean Hughes got 21 laps on his car. Meanwhile, White has got only 9 laps on his car. So Sean Hughes does not have the same traction as Jordan White has. So we'll have to see how this is going to play out. I was talking about Sunday drive, and it gets spaced out, and you know, things happen. Well, I'll tell you what, it all cumulates into this at the end of the race. This is where it gets interesting, folks. This is where things happen. You get the odd end of race, the last race, cautions at the end of the race here. So I'll tell you what, all this stuff is going to happen right here next to the end. This is where it gets interesting. This is why you hung out and hanging out with Pirate Broadcasting. We're going to sit here and watch the end of this race. It's going to get a little bit fun. We're going to see who's going to win this thing. We'll have to wait and see. They've got 6 laps to go right now. There'll be 5 laps to go when they get across the stripe. Lights are off in the pace car. I'll tell you, these guys are going to be, it's going to be an interesting run. It's going to be an interesting run to see how these guys make it. Coulter Clark, fast car all day long. Jordan White, fast car all day long. Chris Winstone in 5th, fast car all day long. So these guys, man, I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. All right. No more talk. Let's get this thing happening. Go up to Barney in the flag stand. Hey, Barney, get that flag in the air. Because the pace car is pulling off right here now. We're going to get ready to wave the flag. Go back up with these guys up front. There we go. We're racing. Across the stripe. Coulter Clark out in front. Zachary King is right there jumping into second in front of Sean Hughes. Jordan White is right there trying to get by Sean Hughes if he possibly can. There goes on the inside. Jordan White, he is coming up. He got by Sean Hughes. He's looking at the 51 of Zachary King, trying to see if he can get something done. Meanwhile, in the back, everyone else is trying to struggle for position. We see the 44 back there. He's going, picking lane to lane, trying to figure out where to go. Chris Winstone, he's back there as well. He's just jumping up into the 4th place, I guess. Right now, Zachary King is dropped back into 5th. There's the Howard Peoples machine. He's back here taking a seriously look. He's right there trying to get by the 44, trying to see if he can get something happening. He's up there looking on the roll bar, or on his roof cam. But meanwhile, up in front, it's Jordan White. He is up there trying to see if he can get something happening. Man, I'll tell you, Zachary King, he's in second place. But Coulter Clark is driving away with this thing. 4 laps to go. He's got a good run. There's Jordan White. He bounced off the wall. He's got his foot into it. He wants to get it going. Meanwhile, everyone else is settling down. Coulter Clark, Zachary King, Jordan White, Chris Winstone, Chris Romano. These guys are your top 5. They're all trying to see what they can do. They're all starting to space out here now. Man, I'll tell you, Zachary King has been running in 5th place for the longest time. So, with these cautions, he was able to get himself up into 2nd place. He may be able to pull it off. He may be able to hang on to the 2nd place to go. Now, we got 3 laps to go. So we're running this thing down, but we have a yellow flag out. Why did the yellow flag come out? I'm not quite sure. The 75, possibly? Sean Hughes? He's way back there. Not quite sure what happened. We're going to have to back this up, take a quick look, and see what happened to Sean Hughes. I'm not seeing on my indicator. Usually tells me if there's a problem with someone. There we go. That's what happened. Sean Hughes got into the wall. Taking a look at Sean Hughes. He's right there running in front of Howard Peoples, right behind the 44 Chris Romano. He was sitting there really good. Pretty good position. We're just riding along with him. Taking a good look. He's coming around the turn, turn 3. Oh, looks like Howard Peoples got into the back corner. Howard lost a little bit of traction, slid a little bit high coming around the turn, which is easy to do in turn 3. Trust me, I know. And that's all it took for Sean Hughes to go spinning around backwards into the wall backwards, driving around, getting the front end into the wall, driving around. Oh, man, I'll tell you, that's not good for Sean Hughes. He is in trouble. All right. So, now we'll go back up to live. Go back up to Coulter Clark. 3 laps to go. These guys are still trying to figure out what to do. We're getting into the green-white checker situation. So this is going to be bad if you need fuel. Let's take a look and see how the fuel is going. So everyone is sitting there pretty good on fuel. No, everyone has got fuel. Everyone's fine for fuel. I just wanted to double check. But everyone has been in fuel, except for Hughes. Hughes has been out there for 26 laps. So Sean Hughes could be running out of fuel with 3 laps to go, because that's going to put him up around 29, 30 laps by the time this thing is all said and done. So Sean Hughes may run out of fuel. No, Sean Hughes is in the pits, actually. He just came in the pits, so he's getting fuel. He has to get fuel. So he's in the pits. I apologize. Just seeing that now. So, yeah, we're going to go back out with the leaders. Coulter Clark, Zachary King, Jordan White, Chris Winstone, Chris Romano, top 5. Then we have Howard Peoples, Douglas Scalise, Casey Gross, Michael Ravillo, and Gregory Van Ness is the 6 to 10 drivers. So I'll tell you, 3 laps to go, green-white checker. The lights are still on the pace car. We got a little bit of thinking to do on this, trying to figure out who's going to get where when this thing all finishes up. Coulter Clark looks really solid for first place. Zachary King, possibly he'd be able to maintain that 2nd position. Jordan White, I don't have very many issues with Jordan White. I think he's going to get up there and make something happen. He's going to maybe take home 2nd place. But I think he's a solid 3rd without a doubt. Same as Chris Winstone. I think that 37 machine, he's been solid all afternoon. He's going to be in good shape as well. Now go look back there at 6th position, Howard Peoples. Howard Peoples, he may have something to say about all this, because Howard Peoples is always a fast driver. You just never know what's going on with Howard Peoples. So let's go back. I'm going to go back and take a quick look. Last week, Sunday morning, it was Kern Iverson and Casey Gross. They were the No, I'm sorry, that's the wrong league. Okay, AARN Cup. Okay, yes, Coulter Clark won the race, Greg Van Ness, and then Chris Winstone. They were your top three last week. Okay, so looking at the wrong league there for a moment, folks. Sorry. All right, so this is going to be interesting. Now, Howard Peoples is back there in 10th position, so we're going to have to keep an eye on him, what he's going to do. Meanwhile, up in front, Coulter Clark, he's going to see if he can get something happening. They're just going up. They're heading into turn 2 now. So we'll see when they get around this track for the last time under caution. Hopefully it's the last time under caution. We'll have to wait and see, because that could always change as well. We could have one more caution come out. You just never know. But yes, we've got something happening here today. But is it going to be the advantage of Coulter Clark? Zachary King? Is he going to be able to sneak by Coulter Clark somehow on the restart? Have to take a look. They're coming around turn 3. Turn 3 exit. We're going to have the pits open up. The pace car is going to drop into the pits. We're going to go back up to Barney in the flag stand. Pace car is off. Let's get this thing happening. Let's see what's going to happen right now. Coulter Clark right out in the front. He is jumping out in the front. He is gone. Right there now. All right, so we have Zachary King and Jordan White. They're side by side. Whoa, there we go. Okay, here we go. There we go. Caution came out. It looks like, wow. It looked like Sean Hughes. No. Who got into that? Who got in? Oh, Zachary King. I thought it was Zachary King. We'll take a good look. See if I get the good camera angle here, folks. See if I can get a good angle on these guys. All right, see how this plays out. We'll go along quarter speed. Do we have Jordan White on the inside of Zachary King? Zachary King, Jordan White came up a little bit. Possibly Zachary King may get, or net code, whatever. One of the two. They came together at any rate. Zachary King got the worst of it. He got spun around straight into the wall. Everyone else went low. Zachary King, definitely not good for him. Wow. He was doing fairly well as well. He was doing a good job, but he was not able to maintain it there. Once him and Jordan White got together, that was all she wrote for that 51 machine. Wow. Okay, so we're going to go back up to the live action once again. Here we go, Coulter Clark coming around, 3 laps to go. This is really going to play into the guys that might need fuel. But again, I think everyone's going to be perfectly fine for fuel. I don't think that's going to be an issue at this moment in time. However, wow, that's yeah. I'm not quite sure what happened between Zachary King and Jordan White. They definitely had some issues between the two of them. But Zachary King's still on the track. He's in 11th spot right now. But he's definitely going to have to make up some ground. I'll tell you, that's heartbreaking for him. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Coulter Clark. Okay, Sean Hughes is coming into pits. Howard Peoples coming into pits. Zachary King's coming into pits. Chad Fox is coming into the pits. A lot of these guys are all coming into the pits. Not quite sure what they're coming in for. They're coming in for tires, coming in for fuel. Well, let's follow along with Howard Peoples and see what he does. He was up in the front of this thing, locks it up, backs up just a hair. Let's see if he's taking, he's going to take, no, he's just coming into pits. Like right in front of him, the 12 of Chad Fox, he took outside tires, he's taking inside tires. Now, Howard Peoples has just pulled into the pits, and that's all he's doing. He's not doing anything. So Zachary King, he's in there, he's getting tires, and Sean Hughes is just sitting in the pits. I'm not quite sure what's going on with him. All right, Coulter Clark. He's up in the front of this thing. We're going to watch and see what he does. 3 laps to go. Once again, going into turn 2. Here we go. Going around turn 2 exit. The cars are all coming off turn 2. Now we have Sean Hughes is still in the pits. Howard Peoples is still in the pits. I'm surprised that they're both still in the pits. Not quite sure why they pulled in. Howard Peoples didn't look like he had any service done at all. So both these guys are still in the pits though at the moment. Maybe they're getting some repairs done. Again, they do not have any fast repairs. So if they have damage in any way, shape, or form, might be a good time to try to get some damage taken care of. Again, they're the last cars on the lead lap, I believe. So they should be okay to come back out again, still be on the lead lap. But I'm not quite sure. Okay, Sean Hughes has just come back out onto the track. And Howard Peoples is on the way out as well. He's going to try to come out in front of Coulter Clark. Let's see if he can come out soon enough. I don't know if he's got to come out quick enough to get ahead of Coulter Clark. Looking back and forth between the two of them, it looks like Howard Peoples is just going to get out in front of the pace car and Coulter Clark. So I think actually Howard Peoples is in there getting a little bit of repairs done to his car, trying to make it a little bit faster. Again, mechanics have to work on the car. They do not have the magical fast repair go in and hit a button and say, ooh, look, a brand new car. Thank you, Genie. But they do not have a magical genie in the pits to give them a new car at this league. They have to go in and actually beat and bang and try to get this thing fixed up. And that all takes seconds on pit lane. Now, Jordan White is dropping back. I'm not quite sure what's going on with Jordan White. He is dropping back. Not quite sure. Just trying to take a look. Don't know what's going on with Jordan White, but Jordan White dropped all the way back to 10th position. Excuse me. So he may have been gotten a black flag for being involved in that accident. That may be what happened. I'm not sure. I'm not privy to that. But he just dropped 9 spots. So he's back there in the 11th position. But Jordan White's going to have to do some serious hustling to get back up in front of this. Coulter Clark, meanwhile, up in front of this thing. Coming around the turn, we're going to go back up to Barney in the flag stand because the pace car is pulling off right there now. These guys are all going to line up. They're going to see if they can get something going. Here we go. Coulter Clark, Casey Gross up in front. They're going to see if they can get something happening. 2 laps to go. So here we go. These guys are all hustling it up, trying to make it happen. But Coulter Clark has got 0.4 of a second over top of Casey Gross. Casey Gross, out of nowhere, he was farther back in the back all day long. He's up there in 2nd place. He's going to see if he can make something happen. There's Chris Winstone. He's in 3rd place. That's where he's been most of the day. So we're going to see if he can get something happening and get up maybe another spot in the 2nd place. Jordan White, unfortunately, he's way back there in 9th position, but it's all about Coulter Clark at the front. Everyone's trying to see if they can get up here, but Coulter Clark is just driving away from everyone. Casey Gross is about half a second behind, so he's not going to be able to catch him right now. Here we go. Oh, we got a car spinning, but we did get across the line. Chad Fox spun. Got it straightened out. There he is on pit lane, but Coulter Clark is in the lead. He got across the start-finish line, so we did not need another caution flag. So this is it. Checker or wrecker, it's over no matter what happens. Here we go. Coulter Clark, then we have Casey Gross, then we have Chris Winstone trying to get up there. Jordan White's up the 7th spot, but he's not going to be able to do much better than that right now. I'll tell you what, going down onto the back straightaway, in between turns 2 and 3, there's a car in the back. It looked like Howard Peoples bouncing off the wall, trying to do whatever he can to get up there. I'm not sure. I think it was Howard. All right, coming around the corner for the final time. We're going to go up to the start finish. There we go. Coulter Clark, Casey Gross, Chris Winstone, Chris Romano, Gregory Vanasse, Zachary King, Jordan White, Douglas Gallus, Michael Rabillo, Sean Hughes, top 10. Here we go. Man, I'll tell you what, Coulter Clark, he's got a few dings on the front fender of that thing. He just dinged it up because he just hit the inside wall. Just in the excitement of winning the race, I'll tell you what, man. So Coulter Clark, just making some notes here, folks. And then Chris Winstone. Man, I'll tell you what, that was some good driving there at the end. It got down to the end there. It got interesting. Chad Fox had crashed at the end of that race. He had a heck of a run. Man, I'll tell you, he had a rough time. But actually, we're going to go back up to the live. Coulter Clark, back up live. He is coming around. We're going to get a little bit of a spin out here on the start-finish line. Here we go. Burn it down, my friend. Yes, sir. You deserve every second of this. Pit Stop TV, Whiplash Sim Cams. The man has both of them. He doesn't have pit stop wins. He does not have Whiplash Spin. I can't even speak anymore. Whiplash Sim Cams is not on the car, but I'll tell you what. It's part and parcel of Pit Stop TV. Pit Stop TV number 54, Coulter Clark. Good looking car. Great finish. Making it happen for himself. I'll tell you what, that was really good running. So there he is. He's down there trying to do a little bit of a spin out there. All the fans get their arms in the air. They're all he's up there waving at the fans. There's Jordan White. He's out there with them. The Whiplash Sim Cams. There's the other car. They're all teammates, I believe. Yes, sir. Man, I'll tell you what. This has been a heck of a run for these guys. Did a great job all together. 2 Pit Stop TVs and the Whiplash Sim Cam car. So these guys are definitely out here playing and having a little bit of fun. But you're a winner right there in that blue 54 Pit Stop TV car. Man, oh man, it was a heck of a day. These guys did a great show. Look at the smoke on pit lane, or on the start-finish line. They're smoking it up. Man, they got smoke everywhere. But there's your winner, right there on the start-finish line. There he is, the 54, Coulter Clark. All righty. Let's go back out, folks. Let's see if we can grab onto a couple of these guys. We're going to go take a look at Chris Winstone and see if I can catch on to him. See if I can grab onto him for a moment. Let's see, got to get rid of that. Let's see if I can find Chris Winstone. He's here somewhere. I know he is. He's right there. Hey, Chris Winstone, you got a copy, buddy? Oh. Hey, Chris Winstone, you got a copy? It's hard up at the booth.
Hey, yeah, I got you, man. How's it going?
Well, I'll tell you what, you were top 3 all day long, and even with all the cautions, you still pulled off top 3. Good going, man.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I had really good pace, and I think the whole team did too. We were 1, 2, 3. We were just controlling the race, the entire race. First couple stints, had to do a little bit of fuel saving to make sure we get to the end, and then cautions came out and kind of wrecked our strategy a little bit, but we still kind of salvaged what we could. But yeah, it was fun. It's not bad for the first time at Pocono, I think.
Well, I'll tell you, the tricky triangle. What's it like driving on 3 corners instead of 4? It's not like a regular race, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still getting used to driving with 4 corners, all in one direction. So I think we got Sonoma coming up pretty soon, so that should be good for me. Hopefully I can keep the top 5 streak alive. I think I'm doing pretty good there. But yeah, this track is tons of fun. Took me a while to figure it out, and there's so many different ways to drive it. Like there at the end, I was getting really good drive off of the corner when I was on the old tires off of turn 1 by dropping down into 3rd. And I got a couple guys like that because I heard they were just staying in 4th, and so they just bogged down a little bit and don't have the rotation with the fresher tires. So yeah, then 2 and 3, it's just they're all so different. It takes a while. You got to spend a little bit of time on each one, but it's a great one. I'm happy to have done it, and I can't wait till we get to come back again. It'll be fun. Hopefully I'm faster next time.
Oh, it is a tricky triangle without a doubt, and like you say, every corner is different. So every corner's got a little bit different angle to it, I guess you might say. So you want to take it a little bit differently. So yeah, no, you did a real good job. Like I say, you're going to Sonoma next week, so you're looking forward to that, I gather.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's, that's something that actually suits me pretty well. So I've done pretty good there. In other leagues, the main thing is trying to avoid the chaos. I mean, even that one in these cars is a little sketchy because you can't really put the power down very reliably anywhere. It seems like there's only about 10% of the lap that you actually have your foot to the floor, but it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Right on. All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what, you got anything for your friends and sponsors before I put you back down the back?
Yeah, thanks to Andrew for giving me the opportunity, as always. Thanks for you for putting on the show. And then thanks to sponsors. Got Pit Stop TV. Thanks to Whiplash SimCams and Whiplash Creative, MX Rap, CC's Business, TZO Designs, NARL, Murda's Esports, Whiplash Racing, and also Bully Dog Coffee. Well, actually, no, not yeah. So, sorry, I got like multiple lists. I'm on too many different teams. I'm trying to keep them straight. But yeah, that's it. So, and yeah, again, thanks for you for putting on the show. And yeah, looking forward to the next one.
Right on. All right, man. Well, we'll see you. I won't be here, but Pit Stop TV will be here. So we'll see you at Sonoma and see how you make out. Hopefully another podium finish.
Yep. Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
All righty. That was Chris Winstone. He was your third place driver. Now we're going to grab on to Casey Gross. Casey Gross was your second place driver. How you doing there, Casey? You making it pretty
What's
good?
going on, fellas?
I'm telling you, pretty good run for you. You came out of nowhere. You were kind of mid-packing for the entire race there, but I'll tell you what, those cautions really played into your favor at the end of the race.
Yes, they did. Yeah, no, I was a lap down all the way till I think lap 72 when the second caution came out. And luckily got the lucky dog there and it got back on the lead lap and was able to go pit and nobody else pit. And I'm like, okay, this might actually work out for me. So I had a few green laps to work my way up to the field. Then we had the green, white checkers and dude, literally all the cars just fell in my favor today. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So did you have any one particular problem with the track or anything that really played into your favor or anything that really played, like against you today?
Just a 12 gauge I put to my big toe at the start of the race when I missed the grid and then sped in pits.
Mm-hmm.
That put me one lap down and literally we went green all the way to lap 62 I think was the first caution. Yes. And then I was chasing down one of the mics. I was chasing him down. He was 2 seconds ahead of me when the caution came out, so he got the lucky dog. He had just went one lap down. I was one lap down the entire race. Yeah. So honestly, when that happened, I'm like, man, if we go green for the rest of this race, I'm done for. It's over with. I love Pocono. Mm-hmm. I really love racing this track. I got to work on turn 3, but I feel like turn 1 and turn 2, I'm pretty strong. And I was really upset with myself come about lap 50. I was like, man, I was bummed out because I ran a really good race, even though I was one lap down the whole time.
Yes. Yeah.
I was racing up there with the leaders. I was, like I said, mid-pack. I was near the leaders the whole time, but yeah, I was really kind of down on myself about mid-race, and then that late caution came out. I'm like, okay, everybody's gonna get bunched up. Everybody's gonna be racing hard. Maybe I'll get lucky. And sure enough, man, turn 3 come around. Somebody went sideways. I'm like, yes, there it is. That's the one I needed.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you, you're going to Sonoma next week, though. What do you think about going to Sonoma?
I've actually raced there a couple times in a different league, so I feel pretty good about Sonoma, actually. I think I placed top 5 in the last couple races that I had there in a different league, obviously. But I like Sonoma personally. I think it's a fun technical track, and just got to see how it plays out, man. Track temperature is going to play a big factor. The cars obviously have changed a lot. I mean, last time I raced it was probably a year ago. Okay. So cars have changed a lot. We'll just have to see what happens, man. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have the short track set up or the super speedway setup. I'm hoping that we have the super speedway set up just to help with a little bit of stability in the rear.
Exactly. Well,
but I would like to have the extra horsepower too.
Horsepower is always a good thing to have.
Always a good thing.
Horsepower and traction—they're the two things you really need a lot of.
That's it, brother. You got it.
There you go. There you go. All right, so you got anything to say to any of your friends or sponsors before I put you back down?
Just thanks to everybody that does the league, man. Like I said, dude, I love racing here. It's a great place to race every week. A lot of you guys have a lot of respect for each other out on track. And thanks to you guys for, doing your thing up here in the booth and always making it enjoyable to go back and watch. And like I said, man, just thanks to everybody that makes this thing happen, bro.
Well, I appreciate the words of praise here, but we're just doing the job and doing the best as I possibly can for you guys. And yeah, I was kind of worried that it was going to be a little boring race here because you guys get all spaced out and spread out so badly. And I was saying, well, it looks like these top three guys are going to be the end of the race. Well, I'll tell you what, unless a caution comes out, I said, kind of like, well, I don't think there's going to be a caution. Then we had a couple of them right off the bang, 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 which played into your favor. So it shook everything up without a doubt. So anyway, all right. So we'll see you next week at Sonoma, and hopefully you'll be back on the podium once again.
Yeah, I'm going to play the lottery. Maybe I'll have some extra money too.
There you go. All right, my friend, have a great week, and we'll maybe see you next week.
Brother. All right, now.
All righty. All right, so that was your second place finisher. Now we're going to see if we can grab on the Coulter Clark. I seen him there earlier, but then we kind of lost him. We want to see if I can find him again, but oh my goodness, it looks like we lost Coulter Clark. He was in the waiting room, and then he jumped out, and unfortunately, I don't see Coulter Clark any longer. Oh, I'll tell you what, it was it's disappointing that we don't have Coulter Clark at the end of the race. All right, so we're going to go take a look, though. We're going to shut this down and take a look at the finishing drivers. So Coulter Clark led 61 laps here today. He was your first place winner. Casey Gross, he was second. Then we had Chris Winstone. He was a third. Then we had, Chris Romano was in fourth. Gregory Vadnas was in fifth. Zachary King, sixth. Jordan White was up to seventh. Douglas Scalise was eighth. Michael Rovillo was in ninth. Sean Hughes was 10th. Thaddeus Friel was 11th. Howard Peoples, 12th. Chad Fox, 13th. Elijah Mopin, 14th. Corey Powell, 15th. Mike Alley, 16th. Cameron Combs, 17th. Mark Bender, 18th. Justin Young, 19th. And John Shields in 20th. They were both starting parks. They did not finish the race. They did not get into the race. Okay, so we were at Pocono Raceway, 2.51 mile track. Definitely not a super speedway, but it's definitely fast. We did 86 laps on an 80-lap race because of the green-white checker. We had 7 lead changes over 3 different leaders, 4 cautions total. I believe we should have had probably 6 or 7. A couple of the spinouts did not bring out the caution, but we had 4 official cautions for 12 total laps. Now, the hard charger was Casey Gross in the winner of second place. Not the winner, but you know what I mean. Second place finisher. There you go. He came up 9 positions. He was the hard charger of the race. The most laps led Coulter Clark. Again, 61 laps that he led overall. Fastest lap was Chris Romano, 52.935. And the pole position was held by Coulter Clark as well. So, I'll tell you, it was a long race. But it was a good race. I mean, they did get a little boring, so to speak, during the middle of the race when they all get spaced out, But again, the end of the race, it made up for it because it got interesting real fast. And I'll tell you what, I did not expect the race to finish the way it did. So hats off to all the drivers here today. They're all heading to Pit Stop TV, Whiplash Sim Cams next week, Sonoma. It's going to be a lot of fun for these guys. They're going to have fun with it. We look forward to seeing you guys all again very, very soon. So have a good race, everyone. Have a good race. Have a great week. I'll tell you what, Sunday morning, oh man, I cannot do these late Saturday nights anymore. I'm getting too old for that foolishness. All right. You guys have a great week. We'll see you soon. Well, actually, don't forget, Wednesday night, we got the trucks. The trucks are racing on Wednesday night. It'll be a lot of fun there. Alrighty. Art the Pirate Millen for Pirate Broadcasting, standing in for Pit Stop TV. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you soon.